Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to Cupcakes and Coupons. Today we are going to make rosemary and garlic bread. Um, First we're going to start by adding a quarter of a cup of warm water, not hot because you don't want to kill the yeast, but warm water. And then we will take our yeast and add it in. And for my little secret ingredient, I get a quarter to a half a teaspoon of brown sugar. Add that in. And then we will take our spoon and give that a nice stir and let this sit for about 5 minutes. As you can see, it's on like well, it's about a quarter of a cup, but it'll poof up and rise some more, and the yeast will be activated, and we will be ready to add it to our mixture. This is a part of the recipe where you get to be very creative and add the flavors that you like. Okay, I think that's about enough. And what I'm going to do is set that to the side, and I have a cup with a little butter in it, and I'm going to add some of this garlic in with this butter, and we'll come back to that in a minute and I'll tell you why. The next thing I'm going to do is get rosemary. I have it in this little container because I had to get this from my mom because I didn't realize that I ran out. So I'm going to add some of this rosemary in with my garlic. Then I'm going to take my olive oil, and this recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to take the olive oil, my 2 tablespoons, and I'm going to add it to my garlic and rosemary mixture and give that a little stir. Set this to the side, and then I am going to grab my butter and garlic mixture that I was telling you about. And what we're going to do with this is going to add rosemary, a little rosemary to it. I'm also going to get a little garlic salt and add in with my butter mixture. And then I'm just going to mix this up real good. And that easy, we have made flavored butter. We're going to put that to the side. In fact, I'll put it in the fridge, freezer, whichever one, and let it set up. And we're going to use this when the bread is done. Okay, we're going to add our hook, our dough attachment to our mixer. I've already added 3 cups of AP flour into my mixing bowl. And now we're going to add a teaspoon of salt. Okay, it's all mixed in. And check this out. Here is our yeast and water mixture. Get that all in. What I'm going to do now is add the rest of our water. I'm going to start out with 3/4 of a cup, and then we'll go from there. It may take a little bit more, a little bit less, but we'll have to look at our dough. Be right back. Okay, our dough is starting to come together. I have 1/4 of a cup of warm water on reserve just in case it is needed, and I also have 1/3 of a cup of flour just in case it's needed. We're going to continue to mix until our dough forms into a ball. You'll know. So yeah, we'll continue doing that. Okay, we are going to take a little bit of olive oil. We're going to take a bowl to put our dough in and just take a drop of this. I would say if you were going to measure about 1/4 of a teaspoon. With clean hands, we are going to rub this around. Okay. Okay, I think our bread is ready. Let me show you. Look at that. See how it's in a ball? And we just empty it right into our greased bowl. We sit this in a warm place for about an hour. You can cover it with a cup towel, or you can do what I'm going to do. Put a little water in my kettle and let the steam proof the bread. We will be back in an hour, or when this doubles in size, whichever comes first, and we will go from there. Okay guys, it has been an hour, and look at this dough, how much it has risen. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to punch down the dough, and look at that. Gonna let it sit here for a minute, and then what I'm going to do is take my olive oil and the sheet pan that I'm going to bake it in, and add just a drop. You do not want to put too much of this olive oil on here. Then what I'm going to do with clean hands is take my hand, spread it around, and get it evenly coated. And then I'm going to take my dough. I'm going to grab half of this. I have half of the dough. I'm gonna sit it in my pan and just kind of flatten it out. And look at this. I mean, it's not that big. I'm going to turn it over. That way I have a little of the olive oil on the top and the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is just take my fingers and gently press my fingers into this dough. This is a very rustic looking dough. Then after that's done, I'm going to take some more of my rosemary and just sprinkle some of it on top, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to again let this sit in a warm place for about 20 or 30 minutes until it doubles in size. You will definitely be able to see that I still have my kettle with boiling water, and I'm going to sit this on top of here and just let the steam from the kettle help this bread proof. And yeah, I'll be back when it's ready. Get a little bit of our seasoned butter that we made and take so good. Excuse me. This is gonna go great tonight with my husband took our leftover turkey and made a soup out of it. So yummy. And to take this bread and dip it in that soup, oh, cannot wait until dinner. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you try the recipe out.